Hello, Space Cadets, it's your old pal Vector Spaceman again. Coming to you live once more from Harbor Station, broadcasting on all frequencies to our beautiful planet Earth. Whether you're watching us live tonight or after the show, we're glad to have you on board. Thanks for helping us make outer space the place to be, as we get set to rocket into another session of all the things we like to love and love to share. Today's Friday, December 10th, 2021. It's the weekend. Let the show begin. Time to kick back and relax, Space Cadets. For the next 48 hours, it's all good. Leave those worries at the door, all those work week troubles, kick that can all the way down the road to Monday. I hope you're all having a great day. Thanks for tuning in tonight. If you missed the last show, we took yet another shot at FTL, Faster Than Light, trying to make it all the way to the space end zone. But we got shot down yet again, left adrift forever in the depths of space. We'll get it one of these days, Space Cadets, but tonight, we're going to switch it up a bit with a game I'm certain we can get through. One of my all-time favorites, a game I've sunk considerable hours into in the past. We're going to be playing some Into the Breach. Now, of course, to stay up to date with all of our broadcasts, be sure to follow Vector Spaceman on Twitter, YouTube, and right here on Twitch. Now, Space Cadets. Last night's stream was just one more example of what we've been proving time and again, which is that we're wholly underqualified to be commanding a spacecraft. That's why they don't let me control the position of the station here. We'd probably drift right into a satellite or an asteroid or the moon. We'd find a way to do it. Well, when it comes to piloting giant robots, that's a different story. The game we're going to look at tonight, I've spent many hours mastering over the years. I have great confidence we'll be able to complete a successful run during tonight's stream. We're going to put our Space Cadets into the cockpit and lead them on a path to save humanity and the future of the Earth entire. But before we begin, as always, you know we gotta give a quick shout out and salute to some of our favorite followers and members of the community. Space Cadets, those of you who have been with us for a while here, you know that we love to see familiar faces on the show. So for those of you listening live tonight, feel free to drop a comment in the chat and join the conversation. Oh, and look at this, we got some action in the chat already. Nova Swarm tuning in, is this Ellie we're speaking to? Finally get to see Into the Breach? Yes, indeed. And we're gonna be doing it well, you can bet. And if I'm not mistaken, Ellie, you guys are doing a special event of your own tonight, aren't you? You're going to be debuting the second member of the Nova Swarm team, is that right? That is if I've got my schedules down right, but I'm pretty sure that they're doing the special event launch debut for Lyra. That's right, yes, Lyra's debut is today in like an hour. All right, well, I'm sure you'll be out of here to take care of that, but we'll try to have a little fun while you can still stick around. Now, where was I saying? Oh, yes! Before we get into the game, we're going to get right into the game, but before we do, you know what we got to do. We got to give our shoutouts. Tonight, we're taking a look at somebody I've grown pretty fond of over the last couple of days, Disembodied Voices. And Disembodied Voices is an artist who also does games and language learning streams over on his Twitch channel. Very relaxed, laid-back atmosphere, the kind of stream that you can relax while viewing, the kind of content that we enjoy watching ourselves here. And Disembodied Voices and I, we just recently started following each other. I think we actually got introduced through a mutual acquaintance, which was the Nova Swarm team. And Space Cadets, check out something here. Hold on just a quick second. Look at these. Everybody feast your eyes upon these. These wonderful holiday ornaments that they made the other day. We haven't shown these off on the stream yet, but we were so absolutely thrilled when we saw this artistic take. Yeah, indeed. Disembodied Voice is another streamer with a minimalist model, and that's always our favorite kind of model. Self-produced, wholly expressive. It all comes down to the personality behind the streamer themselves. And Disembodied Voices, he's a great presenter. I encourage everybody to check him out. There's the link to his Twitter feed, which of course will take you to the Twitch channel. Definitely give him a look, Space Cadets, because he's worth following. All around great guy. Disembodied Voices, thanks for helping out the channel. Wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. Alright, Space Cadets, let's get started with today's show then, shall we? It's time to battle alien forces as humanity's last hope. Space Cadets, to your stations, and I'll form the head. Let's get started with Into the Breach. Let's head on over to the big screen, shall we? All right, here we go. Now, we got a completely fresh account. Technically, I've been playing this game since very close to the time it came out. This is a 2018 game by Subset Games, so the same developers that did FTL, the game we were playing the last couple of weeks. And actually has a bunch of Easter eggs related to their first game as well. Different characters that you can pick up, different equipment in the game. But I decided to completely wipe the slate of my old save files so we could start fresh. Here's the premise. Humanity, destroyed. Vec threat, unstoppable. These are the insectoid aliens that we'll be fighting. Mission failed. Open a breach. Time to go back and try again. That's right. So the conceit of this series is that we are time-traveling mech pilots. And that's where the roguelike element comes in for the replayability. Is that you're continually cycling through time, trying to save Earth. Now, I believe we only get one time traveler that we get to start with. Ralph Carlson here. Gain plus 2 XP for kill, so very easy, sort of the default character. And I think this guy looks a lot like Ruben, so I'm actually going to rename him there. Getting Space Cadets into the cockpits already. Alright, we're playing on normal. We've only got one squad, and the great thing about this game is that once you earn coins by doing achievements to unlock more mech squads, you can actually mix and match them by making your own custom squads. Lots and lots of fun. Lots of stuff to learn. I'm going to show you what it's all about. Hey, look at this! Speak of the devil, disembodied voices in the chat. We got more chat action here. You know, we were just giving you your due. We were putting you in the nightly spotlight, voices. I was telling everybody about your streams. I'd been tuning in the past couple of days, ever since you came up on our radar. Telling everybody about what a great presenter you are. Yeah, every night here on the show, we like to put another streamer into the spotlight, give him a little shout out, and you were our selection for tonight. Letting everybody know about what you're doing over on your channel. Hopefully, we'll send some of the Space Cadets your way, get some more viewers. No problem at all, no problem at all. And we were showing off the some of those Christmas ornaments that Ellie was making for your character, or for your model. And tonight we're playing Into the Breach. Now, are you familiar with this game at all, voices? I know this is Ellie's first time experiencing it. We're going to be putting some of our Space Cadets into the cockpits of these mechs and trying to save Earth. Let's get started here. I'm going to explain what we're doing as we go. So the game is set up sort of like FTL is, in the sense that you have to progress through a certain number of areas in order to get to a final boss-type battle. And that's set up on these islands here. So each island has different types of enemies, different types of environment, different types of strategies you can use with the environment itself. Voices says, I've seen a little bit of this game so far. Alright, well now you're going to see a tried and true veteran at play here. I've been playing this game for a long time. Now we've wiped all of our old saves clean, so we're hoping that we get enough luck that we can make it through in just one run, but we'll see what happens. So first island here, Archive Incorporated. We're doing all we can to protect the refugees, but we need your help against the Vec. And the Vec are these insectoid race of aliens that we're going to be fighting. We'll assist with some of our old Earth artifacts if we can. So what we do here, we have enough time to take on 4 of these different areas with different challenges. And once you complete 4 different areas, there will be some sort of seismic event, and you'll have to fight a sort of mini-boss. Now what we want to do, what I like to do, typically, is prioritize getting regions that have these stars. And you can see what these are all about. So, for this one here, for example, bonus objectives, destroy the dam and battle with less than 4 mech damage. So if you complete both of those challenges, you'd get 2 stars. Stars, of course, being corporate reputation, which allows us to buy stuff in the in-game shop, new weapons, new reactor cores that'll help us power up our mechs, sometimes new pilots, stuff like that. But all of these areas will be different and randomly generated. This one, for example, bonus objective, defend the train. And if you complete one, you'll get access to any adjacent ones. So we try to do a little pre-planning. I like to prioritize getting the stars. These lightning bolt symbols here, these correspond to our power grid. And if we lose all of our power, then we lose the game, basically. We suffer some sort of time warp, we have to start over. And the way that you lose power is typically by letting the enemy aliens destroy some of your buildings that'll pop up in the game. We'll see this as we get right into it. We're going to start with this one. And the whole game takes place on this 8x8 board, essentially like a chessboard. Essentially like a chessboard. Oh, I think we had some sort of minor technical glitch there. Hopefully we'll stay alive. And the first thing we got to do is position our mechs. So we got our 3 ones here. We got Ruben piloting our sort of combat fisting mech. And I'm going to set him up near the dam, since one of our objectives is to destroy it. This over here. Then we've got this cannon mech. And an artillery mech, which I like to keep on the back line. Just so it stays out of harm's way. Alright, once we field our mechs, the action starts. So we've got different classes of enemy here. They all do slightly different things. These ones shoot out some sort of goo. These ones just attack things that are adjacent to them, but also have the ability to fly over things like water and lava and other environmental effects. There's a lot to take into the game, I'll give it that. It does get rather complex at a point. But what I think we want to do first, anytime that one of these buildings takes damage, you can see the lightning bolt symbols over top of them. That corresponds to our power grid. So we've got a passive defense called grid defense, so we've got a 15% chance right now that if any attack were to hit one of these buildings, there's a 15% chance that it would negate it. We can increase that if we're smart about it, if we buy into it through the store and stuff like that, or if we just perform well and get our power grid past its maximum level. We can try gunning for that as well. But I think our best bet right now is just going to be damage mitigation. So we're going to take our cannon mech, we're going to park it right here. And you'll see here, these are spawn tiles. We can see where more enemies are going to spawn in on the next round. So a lot of the time I'll try to prioritize placing our mechs on top of those, if we can, to keep more enemies off the field. Because it's usually a smarter move to just take a little bit of damage and negate an enemy from showing up for an entire round. Alright, now right now, our strongest mech is this combat mech here. He can punch for 2 damage, and it also pushes the enemy in whatever direction he's facing. So these Hornets, I believe they're called. Yep, Hornets. They have 2 health. That'll be enough to take him out. Bam, just like that. So the game is all about positioning, and even though it only takes place on an 8x8 board, rarely does it feel like we're running out of space. Now the artillery mech, it's got a weapon here. Artemis artillery. Powerful artillery strike damages a target and pushes anything that's around it. So what we're going to do here, we're going to target right here. Ding. And that's going to push it over here, which is going to take it out of the line of fire of that building. Ellie's saying, not sure if you ever played Fire Emblem, but it reminds me of that. Yeah, it's a lot like that, right? Those sort of tactical, strategic positioning type combat games. Now we'll pop off a shot here. He's pretty weak. Oh dear. Oh dear, I didn't think this through. Alright. Now this isn't going to work because he's going to get a shot off on us, and then that spawn tile is going to try to emerge underneath him, which is going to do an extra point of damage. So we are actually going to lose this mech in our first round. So here's an opportunity to introduce another aspect of the game, which is the reset turn button. So once per combat encounter like this, you can reset a single turn. I think there's another, a very specific pilot that lets you do it twice per battle. But you can always do it once per battle, so we're going to waste it right now because we don't want to lose our mech right at the start. That would be poor form. But we can go about this differently. So instead of blocking that, what we're going to do, we're going to do the same strategy here. We're going to punch. And then, if these were any stronger, I tell you what I would do. See, we can press Alt here, and it's going to show us the turn order that these guys are going to go in. So fire damage and environmental damage usually always goes first, followed by enemy actions, and the last thing that typically happens is enemies coming up for the next turn. So these enemies, these fireflies, their attacks only do 1 damage, but if they could do a lot more, say, and there are some late stage enemies that do much more damage than they have health, we might try to push one into the path of the other one, especially if we know it's attacking first. Hey, look at this! Kid Lat's in the chat. How you doing, sir? Thanks for tuning in tonight. Just playing a little Into the Breach. Letting everybody know what the game's about. We got some people who've never experienced it before. Let me know if you're familiar with the game or not. Welcome, Raiders, indeed. But since this wouldn't be enough to completely disable the other one, never seen it? Well, it's a tactical, positioning-based fighting game, strategy game type roguelike from the same developers that made Faster Than Light, another similar game. And we're piloting mechs is what we're up to. We're trying to keep all of our buildings from getting totaled by these aliens, while also trying to finish some bonus objectives. We gotta destroy this dam here. We gotta end with less than 4 mech damage. I think we can do it. I think we can accomplish this. So what we're gonna do then, we're gonna have the artillery mech actually push both of these guys. And then we're just gonna have the cannon mech blast him out of the way. So we're not gonna get to land on top of the spawn tile and prevent another enemy from coming in next turn, but we are gonna keep everything out of harm's way. Alright, that's the first turn. And we'll get a lot speedier at this as we go along, so we'll let them fire their shots off. Okay, we got new classes of enemy here. We don't love these. So this that just grabbed hold of our tank, it's called a scorpion, and they like to use webs, which will keep us from moving around, unfortunately, unless we have some sort of effect that'll push him out of the way. Thankfully, the cannon does push, but if we use it, we lose it, essentially. As soon as you fire off your shot, you're done for the turn. This guy here, a Scion, these come in different colors. They have different effects. It looks hard. It's definitely a lot to learn, yes. I've spent a lot of time playing this game over the years, so I'm familiar with all the stuff. I'm trying to make it easy to understand, as easy as we can, though. Kidlet says, also, why your voice sounds so poggers? Is that supposed to be good? I think you're the second person who said that in the chat before, that we've got a nice voice to listen to. I appreciate it. I've said before, though, I've always had trouble believing it in the past, though. I used to think when people said, "Oh, Spaceman, you've got a voice for radio," you know? I used to think it was just a roundabout way of them saying, "Spaceman, you got an ugly face." So what was I saying? Scions here, right, they all have different effects. This one gives every other fella, every other enemy, plus 1 HP as long as it's alive. So usually we want to prioritize getting him out of the way, getting him dealt with. However, I almost feel like the wiser thing to do right now would be dealing with these three. Just because we don't want to lose these buildings. So we might have to just let him sit there. Technically, we can get to the end of the battle, 3 turns left, and have all the enemies be alive. They'll just scoot, they'll just scurry away. We don't technically have to defeat everything. We just want to prioritize getting all of these bonus objectives out of the way. So what I think we will do, we want to free up our tank here, but actually, now that I think about it, we can allow the artillery mech to tank at least one hit. This will only do 1 damage. So if we really want to, we can scoot over here and take care of the very first objective, which is destroying that dam. And that'll release a bunch of water, which we might actually be able to use to drown some of these aliens. Any of the ones that don't fly, so these 3 here. We can instantly defeat if we drop them into a body of water. So this whole stretch here will flood as soon as we destroy the dam. I think we might lose 1 building though, unfortunately. No, you know what? We can do this. This is what we'll... Oh, no. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I think we're going to tank at least 1 damage to the building. But what we're going to do, we're going to pop a shot there so that he lands on top of the spawn tile, so he'll do some work for us, keeping another enemy from spawning. Then we will just free ourselves up from taking damage here. And we'll break that dam. Water flows. We got at least 1 of those bonus objectives done. Okay. Now we're probably going to take damage here on this building. Let's see what happens. We take 1 here. That's fine. Okay, yep. Power loss. That goes down. Now there will be opportunities to earn that back through bonus objectives. Uh-oh. Now we're blocked off here. There's only 1 pilot that can move through enemy spaces, so we have to find a more circuitous route around. Unless, here's what we can do. We can drop a shot here, which will move him out of the way, which will allow us to scoot up here. And then I'm thinking, oh man, we're gonna lose another one here, aren't we? We didn't get off to a great start. Maybe it's because I'm trying to explain everything at the same time. Alright, here's what we'll do. We'll use him to pop him out of the way. And now, when you are attacking an enemy, and you've got an effect, like our punching mech here does, that also moves targets after they get hit, if we can get them to collide with something else, they'll do bonus damage. So normally we do 2 damage to him, but since we're pushing him at the same time, we're actually going to be doing 3. Only thing is, whatever's on the other side is going to take a point of damage as well. In this case, it's our guy. So it's going to be a bit of a risk, but there we go. And now nothing's getting hit there. They whip their shot. 1 more turn. And of course, fire damage goes off. But 1 more turn. All we have to do is keep from taking any more mech damage. I think it's doable. Because another thing that we're able to do is we are able to repair mechs as well. If you're not moving, you can always spend your turn and hit this little repair icon. It uses up what would be your action otherwise, but it's always an option. Okay, so we've got options here. I'm thinking we'll use the... Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll use the artillery mech to pop a shot here, which will free up our guy after he gets bumped over. We'll move... Basically, we'll just swap... no, we don't want that. We want to swap positions here. And now the way that you gain experience, you can see these bars going up here. Anytime you rank up a pilot, they'll get access to a new skill. And the way that XP gets divided out is usually whatever mech lands the last blow. Unless it's something like a environmental hazard that kills the enemy, in which case it usually gets divided evenly between everybody. But here, for example, we've got Ruben, and he's about to punch this guy here, so he'll get the XP for it. And our Cannoneer, he's gonna lob off a shot here, he'll get the XP for that. So especially if you're trying to prioritize getting max level pilots, then that's something to take into account as well. Alright, end turn, they'll fire off a useless shot, and then they'll scurry back away. And we get both of those bonuses. So we destroyed the dam, we ended with less than 4 mech damage. Fantastic. And now that opens up access to the next 2 adjacent spots. So you can see here, this one's giving us kill at least 7 enemies and protect the emergency batteries. If we finish this one, then we get an extra point back on the power grid. So there's always chances for us to regain that if we get too low. Typically you want to keep it very high. If you go over, it'll start to improve your grid defense, which is the chance that when you do take building damage, that it doesn't actually knock out your power grid, that it manages to resist it. Kill at least 7 enemies though, that can be challenging. But I think we can do it, because we'd like to get access to these 2. And once we're all done that, I'd like to take care of that train one. Remember that we only get enough time to take care of 4 of these sectors. So we got 1, this will be 2. Okay, we got a little water to work with, which can be useful for knocking enemies into the drink. Alright, and we will position the artillery on the back lines. Alright, let's launch. Let's go for speed this time. We got the basics down pat. Alright, 2 attacks here. Order of attack. Okay, so this will interrupt that. That's fine. Is it worth it? I don't think so. Instead, we're just going to move up here. And we will hop like that. Okay, next turn. Kidlat says, bro, you be good with announcement or trailer and stuff like that? Maybe, maybe. Let me know if you guys want me to say anything specific. It don't cost me a dime. Alright, this is getting a little dicey. Oh man, we're definitely taking building damage. Alright. Unless we get lucky here. Nope, power lost. Other one, power lost. We're getting real low. Now this one that says protect the emergency batteries, I should have explained, that's this special building down here. Oh yeah, we are getting swarmed on. Alright, we can move him over here. Take that straight out. Basically gotta hope. Nope. We had bad positioning from the start. This was not a good start. Darn it. Oh, yeah. Alright, maybe I was wrong. We might actually wipe in our first run. Thankfully, we weren't too far in. Okay, let's see here. And we didn't even get the last enemy killed. Darn it. That can be a real killer when it gets to the end of things. Because what you want to do, if you can get basically a flawless victory across all 4 zones that you're doing, you'll get access to a choice between some bonus stuff from the island. Okay, so we leveled up Ruben here. What has he got? +1 mech move. Alright, that's perfect. Speed is key. Alright, so let's see. End battle and protect coal. Okay, this one's fun because we get some air support. So sometimes we get environmental effects that'll aid us. Hey, Ruben's in the chat. Look at that. I thought that this pilot looked a little bit like you, so we went and we named it after you, fella. Now, these guys have a movement of 3, so we want to stay just outside of their range. And then artillery on the back lines. Nice, nice. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Just playing a little... Oh, here's something we haven't seen before. So these are time pods, and these can be full of all sorts of goodies. They can be new pilots, or they can be reactor cores that'll help us power the mechs, or they can be weapons, all sorts of fun stuff. Alright, so the artillery support that's coming in, it's basically the first thing that triggers after other environmental damage. And what it is, they're basically going to drop bombs on this X here. Anything that gets caught up in there, instant death. So we can use that to our advantage if we can position some of these enemies properly. But right now they're not quite close enough. So what we're going to do instead, we are going to secure that time pod. Oh no, you know what we're going to do? Maybe this is a better idea. Or maybe it's not. I would love to get... Okay, we can do that without messing anything up. We'll artillery this fella onto that spawn point. Keep another enemy from coming next turn. Then we will secure that time pod. Punch out this Scion. And just for good measure, score a little hit there. Start whittling him down. Okay. This round's going to be a lot better. Block that enemy. He takes some damage, doing our work for us. Perfect. Hate those scorpions because, of course, they tie down our mechs if we get caught by them. Okay, we can get about 2 birds with 1 stone here. So because our cannon only does 1 damage, but it pushes, we're going to knock this guy into the fire, and on the next turn, fire damage triggers first, so he's going to be basically down for the count anyways. We're going to do that. We're going to plant Ruben right here on this spawn point. We'll take a little bit of damage when it tries to break through next turn, but it's going to allow us... Oh no! Undo that move then. Okay, here's what we want to do first then. We're going to artillery strike this. Move him onto the spawn point. Yeah, we don't want to move too soon, because if we were to punch him, that would have done 2 damage. He wouldn't have gotten pushed over. When you're trying to be clever like this, you gotta plan in advance. Okay, then we'll park you right there. That airstrike comes in. Whiffed. Takes a little bit of chip damage. Alright, here we go. Now, like I said before, that airstrike is going to trigger before enemy actions, so we don't even have to worry about this Hornet here, because he's going to get knocked out by that airstrike. So he's basically out of commission. So we'll punch out this Scorpion. We will actually do this. We're going to come around the outside here, knock him this way, so that the artillery mech can bump him onto that spawn point. Now remember, we gotta make sure that Ruben doesn't take too much damage here, because he's only got 3 health right now. Or 3 health max. He's got 2 health right now, and he's about to be down to 1. Yep, there we go. But this is the last turn. We should be okay. The good thing about this game, as compared to FTL, is that your mechs regenerate all of their health between battles, so we don't have to worry about losing too much in that regard. Okay, this one's pretty easy. We'll just hit him for 1, hit him for 2, done. And we've satisfied all of the victory conditions. Look at that. We were real close there. We were down to 1 power. I think we can come back from this. Now, let's check what's in that time pod. So like I said before, these are goodie bags, basically. What do we got here? Oh, we got Harold Schmidt. His special ability, push adjacent tiles when repairing. That can be good. And we get a free reactor core, which we can use to upgrade our mechs. So I'm thinking we're going to put him on cannon mech duty right now, just because it'll be repairing more so than the artillery mech should. And that'll allow us to sell off our now unused pilot as soon as we get to the end of this island. We can exchange it for more corporation reputation, which allows us to buy more reactor cores, more weapons, all sorts of fun stuff. Now, what do we want to do with that reactor core that we've got? We could give Ruben some more movement. We could... Now, who does Harold Schmidt remind us of? We can always rename all of these pilots. I think this reminds us... This definitely reminds us of Kidlat. No doubt. Now, let's go and... I think what we want to do right now is we want to give extra movement to the artillery mech, because it's usually along the back lines. We want to make sure it's always got range to reach everything. So it can reposition enemies, reposition our own mechs if we have to. Okay. Now we finished 3 zones. We want to come down here. I want to get those... Originally I had wanted to get those double reputation, but now I think it's wiser. We should probably be trying to get some of our power grid back online. Less than 3 grid damage, protect the coal plant, end battle with less than 4 mech damage, and protect the power generator. Plus tidal waves. Tidal waves are a lot more fun, so let's take a look at that. Oh, Ellie says, hopping off to grab food before Lyra's stream. Have fun. Thanks for tuning in, Ellie. And good luck with Lyra's debut stream tonight, everybody. If you weren't aware, the Nova Stream team, or the Nova Swarm team, their stream tonight, they're introducing the 2nd member of their crew. And they're a 3-man mech pilot crew as well, so this kind of game is right up their alley. Alright, let's take a look here. So these tidal waves, what that means is every turn we're going to get encroached upon by water. Thankfully, though, our mechs are big enough that they don't get disabled if they fall into the water. I think we're going to use this axis as our artillery line. Okay, thankfully Ruben's got that accelerated speed. Alright, here's what we want to do. Ruben on the spot. We're actually going to fire on Ruben, because right now our cannons only do 1 damage, but because the cannons push, it means we can push the enemy into Ruben. It'll do an extra point of damage. He'll take 1 as well, and he'll take an extra 1 from blocking the spawn, but he'll still have 1 left, and we can always repair. But we really need to get that Scion out of the way, because these guys are pretty beefy to begin with. Okay, didn't think that through entirely, because now when we drop the artillery strike in the middle here, it's actually going to push Ruben off that spawn point. That's not so bad, though. We can still work with that. There is an upgrade to the artillery mech, which renders buildings immune. We gotta spend a reactor core on it, but it would mean that we could fire right on the building and push him this way. But we haven't unlocked that yet. We'll get to it, though. Alright, we'll just do this. Save the building, and the turn. We'll get him next time. Oh more scorpions, though. These guys are the worst. Now, he'll die when the water comes in. So we really only have to worry about these three. But unfortunately... we're all tied up here with that web. But here's what we can do. We can park Kidlat on this spawn point. He'd be able to take out this one here. But then there's two to deal with still. So we might actually have to... I was going to say we might actually have to free up Ruben somehow, either by knocking him out of the way so that he can then scoot around, or some other means. I'm thinking... we could always use the artillery mech. We would basically do this. Drop it here, push him out, push him over. He'd take a bit of damage. But that would then free up Ruben to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... can't get that far though, because what's his range? 4? 4, okay. We're just gonna have to do our best, which is gonna be knocking Ruben out so that he can then rock right back in. Punch him here. Nah. We could have done better. That's alright though. We can still afford... oh dear. That actually might end our run. Alright, time to use that reset turn button. We only get one of those per battle, but it is helpful. Alright, in that case, what we want to do is knock this one off the spot. And likewise, do the same here. So we're risking 1 point of damage, but it's a lot better than a guaranteed loss. Oh, and you know what? We may as well give him the old 1-2, just for sport. Again, he's gonna sink before he even gets a chance to fight back. There we go. Okay, we're down to 1 power again. Getting dicey. Alright, anybody who's here is gonna get taken care of. Alright, this isn't bad. We can use these adjacencies to our advantage. Move him up in here. So he goes into the water. Now here's the thing. We've basically got to risk it all on this, because once we punch here, he's going to get knocked in there. We've got an 18% chance of it resisting. Almost 1 in 5. Fingers crossed. Nope. Alright, well. It was either that or he'd get the shot off. So this is what happens when you fail a run, as it were. You get to select somebody to bring with you into your next run through. And we'll try to make the next one a little quicker, since we're used to what we're doing now. Oh, look at this. Leolax H has joined the Space Cadets. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for giving us a follow. Thanks for helping us bring the best kind of content that we can to our lovely, lovely Space Cadets. Remember, everybody, that we're gunning for that 50 Space Cadets by the end of the new year. I think, with that addition right there, That's going to take us to 40. We're only 10 to go. So be sure, of course, to follow Vector Spaceman here on Twitch, as well as over on Twitter, YouTube, all of our channels if you want to stay up to date with what we're getting up to. We're doing it all for you, Space Cadets. And hopefully, if we can reach that 50 subscriber, or not subscriber, follower milestone, we'll get access to a lot more tools on the Twitch channel, which should allow us to introduce some exciting new ways to engage with the audience, keep things fresh around here. Now, I think we're going to take Ruben with us, just because he's got a good bonus here, extra XP, and that extra mech move. We're going to bring him with us into the next rift, and we're going to launch again. So we know what it's about now. Everything's pretty straightforward. It's just about playing a little smarter. You're our man, Ruben. Alright, back to Archive Inc. So remember, we only got 4 shots here, so ideally we do this one, this one, this one, and this one, if we can keep our power grid levels up. Oh, this one's fun. So these are mines. Anything that steps on it, or rather I should say ends their turn on it, it's another instant kill. I think we're gonna put artillery along this axis. Yep, see, just like that. They're not always the smartest, these Vec. Sometimes they take care of the work for us. Alright, so what do we want to do here? I'm thinking get you set up over here. I think we're actually just gonna tank this this shot. It'll only do 1 damage. We can always come back from that. But Ruben's gonna keep another enemy from spawning. Oh, you know what? I didn't even take a shot at him. Come on, Spaceman. Get your head in the game here. Alright, we'll give him the old paunch. It'll do 2 damage, but he'll take an extra damage when he blocks that spawn tile next turn. So that's all taken care of. That's all squared away. Next, we'll go ahead. We'll knock this guy out of firing range. We'll move the artillery mech over, just so it's out of the way. Alright, that'll be the turn. Now the coal plant they're talking about protecting, that's this one here. It's always the special different looking buildings. Alright, now, something to consider. We can always bump our own units with the artillery mech, even if we were to directly attack it. It could take 1 point of damage to push these guys out of the way. It would free them up there, but I think we might have other ways to accomplish the same task. And we really want to get Ruben off of that spot, because he can only take 1 more point of damage. So even if he were to take the punch here, he'd get wrecked by that spawn tile. So instead, what we want to do is we want to give him the punch, and then we'll use the artillery mech to just slide him out of the way. Meanwhile, we'll push him back. We'll take 1 more point of damage from this Firefly. Ruben's getting pretty close there. But there should only be 1 more turn that we have to survive. It's all about damage mitigation, this game. So we can push him into the whatchamacallit, the mine there. That takes care of 1. We can knock him off down here. Then we just got these two guys to deal with. It would be really good if we could scoot him over, because we can also see the priority that they take for firing. Unfortunately, I'm a little concerned that we might not make it. Oh, I know what I think I know what we should do, though. Here's what we'll do. Artillery goes here. So this guy gets moved into the way. This guy shoots first, which will dink him. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work because he's still going to be alive. And if we try to mitigate that by shooting with the tank, it's actually going to waste him. Alright, reset that. Okay, instead, here's what we're going to do. We're going to move him. It's going to be the same basic principle. Move him out the way. Oh no! If only we could get here. That would be much better. Alright, but he has to go here. Problem is, if we try to shoot him this way, he's gonna crash right into the building. Dilemmas. Alright, I think we're probably just gonna have to take 1 point of damage then. Unless... Yeah, because the tank can't get all the way over here to block that shot. Alright, that's going to be it then. In that case, it's going to be knocking these two out of the way, just like we did before, unfortunately. There. And then I suppose we may as well get some XP out of it. There we go. Alright, so we're just gonna have to hope that we can resist that damage. Let's see if it happens. Nope. But that's fine. I think we got both of those. Take less than 3 damage, protect the coal plant. Okay, so we broke even basically on that one. Now we've got access to these 3, or we will eventually. Defend the tanks. That one's alright. So we've got 2 little tanks here that we have to defend the enemy from getting their hands on. And eventually, around turn 2 or 3, I think they're going to come online. We can use them as well to our advantage. Now we always want to stay at a range of these scorpions so they don't trip us up on the first round, catch us in their webs. And there we go, another time pod. Okay, what can we do here? Want to prioritize getting rid of him, because he's boosting everybody right now. So here's what we'll do. Ooh, can't do that because it's gonna bump him around. Unless... step here, knock him out of the way. Oh no, that still won't do it, will it? Oh no, it will, it will. 1 hit. 2 hits, and I wonder, is that gonna waste him now that he won't have his extra point of health? Yes, it will. Okay, I was right about that. Okay, another Firefly and another Hornet. He's got 3 health remaining. What's the firing priority here? Okay, this is an easy one then. Move him down here. Park him on top of the spawn. Knock him down here. Artillery mech pushes him onto a spawn point. They'll take care of each other. And he'll block a spawn for us. Perfect. Now I think now the tanks will come online. Yep, okay, so they don't do any damage, but they can position stuff for us. That'll block the next one. Ooh, don't want to do that. We'll move him out of the way first. Put him right back on top of the spawn. There we go. Now he'll get yoinked from underneath. Perfect. Last turn, we just gotta survive this. Okay, we can one-shot him. This guy we can actually beat here. Here's what we're gonna do. Push him down here. We're going to... oh, we didn't even have to move him there. Do 1 point of damage, and then we're going to use the tank's pushing ability to do 1 + 1. There we go. Everybody's taken care of. End the turn. Double bonuses again. Fantastic. Good job, Ruben. You're really pulling your weight tonight. We're doing much better than on top of on the bridge of a starship. And let's see what we got in that pod. Okay, self-destruct weapon. Generally, we don't use those. And a reactor core that we can spend. Where do we want to assign that? I think we're gonna go and we're gonna give it to... we'll give it to the artillery mech to increase its movement. Okay, another dam-based one. Is that one? So when the dam comes out of here, I believe it'll destroy those mountains as well. Got scions again. Gotta prioritize those. They're gonna make our life difficult. Okay, so we can flood him out. We can actually flood both of these out if we take care of that dam first thing. So why not do that, right? Okay, we gotta move our tank though. Get him up on dry land. Oh, and here, this is great. Position that scion, so he'll block and get taken out next turn. We can break the dam. There we go. Oh, level up. Chivos hit a pilot maximum rank. So what was that second one? +3 grid defense. Okay, so we saw that go from 15 to 18%. So that's another way that we can get extra grid defense, is through pilot abilities. Dam levels can be tricky, especially if we get too many flying enemies. We want to get up on dry land if we can. these Hornets, they can maneuver over water a lot better than we can. Okay, we can take him out with one shot. We can definitely use the artillery mech to our advantage. Oh, here's what we want to do then. Let's blast him. That'll free up everybody. Ruben can get on the spot, take him out. There's another one. Okay, done. Hate these scorpions. So there is one pilot that completely negates all of the web effects and smoke effects and some other environmental stuff. Would love to get him on the team. Okay, we can do 1 damage through him. Yeah, that's fine. We just gotta take less than 4 mech damage. So this'll do it. Knock him back. We'll get the cannon to do 1 more damage, knock him into the fire. Fire triggers before everything else. So he'll burn up at the start of next turn. We'll take 1 damage from the scorpion. That's fine. We still get that bonus objective. Perfect. Okay, we got time for 1 more. We'll try to do the train defense level. So this will keep moving along the track. Once it gets to the end, we get a victory. So we want to keep these guys off the tracks if we can. There we go, clear the road. All right. Ah, great, more scions. Okay. Now here's the thing. Okay, we can get 2 birds, 1 stone here. We gotta knock him forward so that Ruben can push him back with his mighty fist, which will drop him down. Point of health, which will allow us to bump him for 1 and the knockback effect. Okay. That'll redirect that fire. Ruben with a punch. Move you here. Done. Okay. Fantastic. Whiffs his shot. Train moves ahead, blocking the enemy. Definitely one of my least favorite missions. But it does pay out well. Okay. He's only got 2 health left, so we can move over here, take him out. And really we should be trying to get some of our other pilots to gain experience now, since Ruben's max level already. But his fist is just so powerful. Alright, so now that we've completed 4 sections of the island, this is what happens. Seismic activity warning. We gotta head back to corporate HQ. Drawn out by your offensive against the Vec, the Hive leader is assaulting the corporate HQ, and this is always a mini-boss type, super strong enemy. Destroy the Firefly leader, protect the corporate tower. Those are our objectives. So that's this guy here, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage. Thankfully, the corporate tower is spawned off in the corner there, not so easy to get to. Alright, let's launch. So he fires off in 2 separate directions at the same time. And he does 4 damage per shot, so we don't want to stay in his line of fire. Definitely not. Alright, I think we're just going to have to whip that shot this time. Just let him fire into the air, basically. And we'll get him next turn. We can't let him stay for too long because it would still take 3 full turns just from Ruben in order to completely finish him off. Now, thankfully, he'll fire before this guy does, so he could solve that problem for us, in a sense. But, at the same time, well, Ruben couldn't reach him anyways, so we'll get him to delay the enemy. Do just a little bit of damage, get that started. Then we'll let him free us up here. Okay, time to get started on this guy. We really need to focus him now. So let's start moving Ruben into the fight. Let's block a spawn. Hit him here. And we will actually bump him over 1 more to give him some fire damage. That'll help us. I think it's going to be very, very close. Whether we manage to finish him off. Now, because this guy's spawning on a fire tile, that'll actually continue to hurt him. You see he's on fire as he runs around. Okay, we might take a little bit of building damage just because we didn't take care of this as smoothly as we could have. Here's what we can do, though. We can move Ruben up here. We can reposition Ruben with our artillery strike. So he'll die of fire damage before he gets his shots off here. Then we can do the same thing here. A little bit of damage. Fire will take care of him. We'll just be risking 1 point of damage against these buildings here. But we got almost a 1 in 5 chance of negating it. We'll see what happens. Fire damage, done. Fire damage, done. There it is, resisted. Look at that. So we don't even lose any power. Good Samaritan. What's that? Earn 9 reputation for missions on an island. Perfect. Racking up those achievements. Island secure. Complete the first corporate island. There we go. Perfect island. Don't fail any objective on a single corporate island. Man, we're doing well. All right. +1 mech reactor for our cannon mech. Accomplished every achievement. So this is what happens if you accomplish every achievement that you're doing on the 4 island sections that you select. You get a little extra present. We could get... Okay, he's cool. Abe Samu gains armored, reducing incoming weapon damage by 1. That's always good to have. Or we could get boosters, or we could get 2 extra grid power. I think it's always best to get good pilots. Let's go with him. Because the great thing about having good pilots is you can sell the ones you're not using at the corporate store. So let's spend our reputation here. We'll get rid of our unused pilot. We'll get rid of our unused weapons. And now we can shop for some stuff. Smoke bombs are not bad. Targeted strike. Some of these, you can see, are only once per battle use. And some of these are specific to a certain class of mech. So brute class weapons, for example, that's our cannon mech. Any class, any class, any class. And I think what we really want to do is get as many reactor cores as we can, first and foremost. Then we'll buy a smoke bomb. And then we'll buy 1 more grid power, since we don't really need any of these here. Well, at the same time, we can always sell these off later. It might be good to have a targeted strike weapon, even if we can only use it once. We'll give that to the artillery mech. Okay, so artillery mech gets the targeted strike. You get the smoke bombs, or do we want to give... Yeah, I think we want to give Ruben the smoke bombs, because he's usually more up close and personal. Now we got 3 reactor cores. Where to spend them? I'm thinking 1 on the cannon mech for movement. And then we'll put 2... Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll put 2 more into the cannon mech to get his damage up to 2 per shot. So he's on par with Ruben's mech now. Now who does this remind us of? Who's this fancy looking pilot that we've got here? I'm thinking... That definitely looks like disembodied voice, if I ever did see one. There are some alien and spectral looking type pilots in the game, but I'd be surprised if we encounter any of them in our first playthrough. Alright, so it's sort of a use it or lose it situation for this island reputation. If you leave and you've still got corporate reputation on the island, you don't get it. It doesn't carry over onto the next island, unfortunately. So you gotta spend it all on the spot. So let's head on to the next island here, which is more desert themed. You won't find me as gullible as my department heads. Whatever time traveler nonsense you claim, it's your firepower we need. Indeed. So sometimes you can actually earn reactor cores straight from bonus achievements. So that would be great if we could get this one, this one, this one, that one. Got to defend this terraformer. And now we're starting to see some new classes of enemies as well on these new islands. And new class of Scion, this one. All other Vec will explode on death, dealing 1 damage to adjacent tiles. So we definitely want to take care of him first. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Stick you over here. So this terraformer is another instant kill weapon with directionality to it. So before the battle is over, we have to terraform this grassland back into desert. Sort of the opposite of what you might imagine. But you can see in some area surrounding it, we can control it. Now, if we were to kill any of these before the Scion, they're going to explode, do damage to the surrounding area. Would really like to get rid of this fella here. But you know what? He's going to attack first, so maybe the smart play would be to use the artillery mech to put him into the line where he can take care of that problem for us. Yeah, I think that's the play. Here's what we're gonna do. Because how far can Ruben move? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, so he can get there. Perfect. We're gonna move you here. We're gonna move you here. You're gonna fire here. So that when you die, you're not gonna explode and hurt the terraformer. We are going to pop off this shot. Oh, hold on now. So in that case, we have to take care of him first. There we go. And he explodes, that's fine. Put you into harm's way. Then Ruben can pop down here and give him the old 1-2 punch. Excellent. And now we get to see this beetle dive straight into his own teammate. Excellent. What are these guys called again? Scarabs, that's right. And they lob shots in sort of a mortar-type fire. Might have to use the artillery to take care of him. Now, smoke here is interesting. So anything that gets trapped up in smoke, it'll basically negate their whole turn. So you don't want to end your turn on smoke. Definitely not. I know what we want to do. Alright, we can either use the terraformer to take out this guy who's pretty tough, or this guy here who's even tougher, an alpha beetle. But we gotta get Ruben out of the way first. So we gotta take care of that scorpion, which we can do from here. We can just blast him out of the way. Let's take care of that first. Alright, now we're gonna use artillery. Move that scarab into terraforming range. Perfect. And finally, Ruben can knock this guy into the smoke, which attack canceled. Perfect. So we still got to terraform 2 sections. We'll take care of that here. Actually, the cannon mech is getting very, very close to being defeated. Now, if he were to just stay there, technically he wouldn't take any damage from this attack because he's got that armored effect, which is good. But I actually think the better play here is to do this. Check this out. Ruben can dink this guy on his own. We'll use artillery to move this guy. We'll move voice back just a little bit. Shot from across the map. Terraform this space. Look at that. Perfect. So we got 1 more to do on the next turn. And we're going to have 3 enemies to deal with. We should be able to do it. And of course the robotics lab way back here. Almost forgot about that one, but that's going to give us the best bonus. Okay, no problem here. We just got to move him out of the way. That can be accomplished just like this. Ruben can step right back. Or you know what? Let's not do that. Let's move him out of the way, yes. But we're going to have voice get a little XP. Off of that kill. Level up. Perfect. +1 mech reactor. And we'll terraform the last section here. And we're golden. He'll charge off, that's fine. He'll whiff his shot. Excellent, excellent. So once you get into the groove of it, once we remember what we're doing, no sweat, no problem. +1 mech reactor for voice, +2 mech HP for our artillery mech, perfect. Okay, so, since we got one free reactor there, this is basically everything we'll put into the cannon mech. I usually don't go for the 3 damage. Instead, I usually go for the +2 damage on the fist, if we can get to that. Doing 4 damage with 1 hit is usually pretty good. Kidlat saying, hey Vector, I saw your TikTok, and you do graphic design? I was gonna say, I mean Twitter, not TikTok. Yes, Twitter makes more sense. We don't have a TikTok account. Do I do graphic design? In a sense. Like we're completely self-produced here on the channel, so everything that you're seeing here is all Vector Spaceman creation. The model, the graphics, the overlays, all of that. And we do a little fan art for other streamers that we like, that sort of thing. Now, what's the play here? I'm thinking... This one is probably our best bet. But as for, like, we don't do graphic design professionally or anything like that. More of a hobbyist sort of thing. We're really just amateurs. Oh, this one might be tough. Defend prototype Renfield bombs. It's giving us stuff to babysit here. Okay, Ruben could do some pretty substantial damage there. However, we definitely have to do something about this scarab. Thankfully, Voice is so overpowered now that he can take him out in one hit. So let's set him up for that. Here's what we'll do. Preemptively move Ruben over here. Artillery mech. Bump just like that. Ruben, give him an old boost. There we go. We want to take care of that Scion first, because of course if we don't, everything's going to start exploding real soon. This guy's got an effective range of 2. Okay, here's what we'll do. We're actually going to drop artillery here, which will bump him into ourselves, which will take him out because he's only on 1 health. Oh no! I forgot. Things explode. Alright, we'll reset that turn. But we do have the right idea. We just gotta take care of this fella first. We'll have to do that with Voice. There we go. Push you. Bump you. There we go. Much better, much better. So technically we can still get one of these if one of the bombs gets destroyed, but we would like to avoid that if we can. Now this guy gets 2 damage. He could take him out if he goes first. Voice here is stuck in the smoke. That's no good. And he can't move because he's tied up in webs. So what can Ruben reach? Unfortunately, even if we bump him over by 1. That is still going to be the play, though, I think. Oh, unless... Did we upgrade that so the buildings are immune? We didn't. Darn it. That should have been our play. Alright, well... Or hold on now, we can still do something here. We could use the artillery to hit the Scorpion to knock Voice out of range. He could then take out him. And what could Ruben do? Not a whole lot. Oh, but Ruben's got those smoke bombs. I forgot about that. Yes, yes indeed. Plus, we've also got this targeted strike. I forgot about that. We can call it in anywhere on a single tile. So we don't even have to arrange ourselves properly for that. Okay, okay. I think we can do this. Let's figure this out here. You know what? Maybe we should have given that to Voice. So we want to make use of both of them at the same time. We don't want to have them on the same mech. We'll have to keep that in mind. Okay. We're going to take some building damage, I think, so the best thing we can do is to, at the very least, take care of some of these enemies. So we'll drop Voice right there. He'll take care of that. Hornet. And we'll just have to move Ruben into position for next turn. We're going to take 1 point of damage. If we're unlucky. If we do get lucky, nope. I was going to say we might have resisted it, but no dice. So I prefer when they target us, because at least we can move around. At least we've got mobility. Okay, this one's pretty easy to do. We just use the artillery to bump him out of the way. These other two, we just give them the old 1-2 hit. Look at that. We defended both the bombs. Perfect. Running a lot lower power grid than I'm used to, though. Just getting some bad setups here. Alright, 1-2, this one. Cataclysms, these are fun. Kill at least 7 enemies and protect the power generator. So what's going to happen here is basically the ground's going to keep falling away. So we want to use positioning to our advantage. We can knock these guys into some holes. Peatlat said this game looks really fun though. Oh, it's so much fun, especially once you start unlocking some of the other mech crews. Like, it's not always these 3. There's ones that are based on chaining lightning attacks. There's ones that are based on teleporting and fire attacks. There's one that are based on, like, basically robot judo, like repositioning enemy players or enemies. There's ones that's like aerial based, so you've got flying mechs. There's all sorts of stuff. It's real great. And the best part is you can customize your own crews as well, so it doesn't always have to be the same standard 3 set. You can have 3 of the Prime class mechs, so if you like more like an Evangelion or Gundam style mech crew, and you want to have bipedal ones running around, that can be fun to do. Or if you want to have just 3 planes, basically, like your own mech wing. Oh, it's great stuff, great stuff. But I went and I deleted all of the old saves that I had just so we could start fresh for this playthrough. But I recommend it for anybody who's into it. I was lucky enough that I picked this up for free on Epic Games when it was part of their free games package. That might go back into rotation at some point, but otherwise I think you can still get it for pretty cheap on Steam or through other sources. And it's a lot easier to get the hang of than FTL, which was the first game that this developer made. Okay, what can we do here? We can throw him in the water. We're gonna block a spawn, and we're gonna take care of him, because he's gonna be hassling us with his effects. And we'll end turn. Ellie of Nova Swarm was in the chat earlier. She was saying it reminded her a lot of the Final Fantasy games, especially the Fire Emblem. The Fire Emblem games. I was thinking of Final Fantasy Tactics there, I think, for a second. But same sort of premise. Alright, what can we do here? Would love to scoot him over this way if we could. Which we may be able to. Let's see how this plays out. Once you get into the rhythm of it, once you get a real feel for your team, because all the standard ones, they play pretty uniquely between all of them, but once you get the rhythm of it, it becomes a whole lot of fun. Well, you know what? I should not be blocking these spawns because we have to kill at least 7 enemies. Oh no, we're not going to make that one then. Darn it. Alright, this guy's going to take care of himself. Yeah, we could have had it there. Can't go back at this point. Darn, darn, darn. We'll just scoot you over here, because that would have been 6. We could have gotten 7. Ah. He'll fall into the deep. Alright, so that means we're not going to get our island bonus either. That sucks. Should still be pretty well equipped though. We've been having some pretty good luck. If we can find a few more of those time pods, that'll definitely help us. Oh great, another train one. There definitely is some RNG element to it, just like with FTL, in terms of what you get as options for missions, and whether or not you get these bonus time pods and what sort of enemies are spawning against you. But on the whole, I would say it's more forgiving than FTL is. Okay, he's gonna rush us here, do 1 point of damage. He's got 4 health. But we can get that down a bit by doing this. Haha. Perfect, perfect. And now train moves first, right? Oh no, enemies go first. Okay. Well, in that case, why don't we put Ruben right here? Knock him onto that spawn point. And knock the Scion into his path. Oh, I know why. Because he's going to knock it there, the train's going to hit him. And it's going to screw us over. Okay, not a good plan. At least we caught that beforehand. In that case, here's what we're going to do. We're going to secure that time pod. We're going to waste him. We're going to plant Ruben right here. We're going to knock him over. He's going to get bumped. But that's fine, because the train's not going to reach him yet. And when he lands here, when he ends his movement here, he's going to knock him, okay, for 1 damage. He'll end his move there. He'll block another spawn. Perfect. That was the ideal play. There we go. Block the enemy, block the enemy. If we can get it past here, we basically got it in the bag, because we're not going to be able to reach it once it's past those mountains. Okay, he's only got 1 health, so we could just drop it there and, yeah, use collision to defeat him. Kidlat says, hey man, I'm gonna go head out. You have a good stream, my dude, in chat. Have a good night. Thanks for tuning in, Kidlat. We'll try to keep on keeping on here. Hopefully we'll make it to the whole end of the game by tonight, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't get wiped again. But thanks for tuning in. We always appreciate it. You have a great night. Alright, now let's go ahead and reposition Voice onto one of these positions. Ruben will heal you up. And the turn. Okay. Right now, I think we got it in the bag. I didn't even see there was a spawn under that smoke. Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, we're gonna have to make a lot of positioning plays here. Okay, can't be there. We want him all the way... Oof. How much damage does it do? 3. Man. So technically, Voice could tank that. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do for him. We can't move the train, it looks like. So that should be a safe shot. Very good. And then Voice can disrupt that trajectory. It's going to land on him, but he's going to be fine because A, he's got mad health, and B, he's got that armored effect. And then lastly, we just punch him out of the way. Done. Train defended. Success all around. Good job, everybody. Ruben, you're doing incredible work tonight. No wonder we put you in the lead position. Oh, that's right, and we got a time pod too. Let's see what you picked up there. Free reactor core. Love to see it. And here we go. It's a Hornet this time. Now, we should start making some improvements. Let's give you a little more health, or a little more movement, or do we want more range on those smoke bombs? Those are really, really helpful. I think we want to do that, and health. That's what we'll do. And we might deactivate those and put them into damage later on. But hopefully we'll have enough cash to buy our way into some more reactor cores to get everybody outfitted. Oh, we got some water to play around with. That's always helpful. Alright, we gotta take this guy out. We got level 2 tanks this time. That'll be helpful. Alright, mission start. Let's do this. Alright, that's a pretty easy play right there. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna pop a shot right here. He's gonna dive right into the water. He's gonna whip his shot. We're gonna move Ruben down here. Knock him into there. He'll take an extra chip of damage for blocking that spawn. Love to see it, love to see it. Okay, hate to see these guys though. Thankfully we haven't had any scorpions spawn yet, they're the worst. Anything, scorpions, and there's another class of enemy called spiders that trip you up in webs, they're the worst. Okay, he's got a range of 3. He wants to take all of this out. But thankfully, we can deny him that. Yeah, here's what we do then. We'll use voice to take this guy out. We'll have Ruben knock this guy. Oh wait, what are the... No, we can't afford that then. I was gonna say, if this guy was shooting before the Hornet leader, we could basically dink him. But no dice, so we're just gonna have to waste him now. And the way we do that, of course, is the old 1 and the old 2, or it would be, but we gotta take out this guy first so he doesn't explode on us. Launch, done. Okay, first thing complete. Now we just gotta protect the tower. Now we're gonna see more enemies coming in though. We gotta hold out. Aw, scorpions. And some pretty tough hornets. Okay. Quick fix here. Change the trajectory. Oh, but first... There we go. Always be maximizing strats. Now what do we got? Oh, an alpha scorpion. That's gonna suck. Thankfully, he drowns just as easy as the others do. I think we gotta prioritize getting him out of the way, though. Oh no, we can still do this. We can still do this. Okay, here's what we do. I think he gets punched. He gets knocked out of the way. So that voice can take his crack shot from across the map. There we go. They can whiff their shots, and we got this in the bag. That's one more island down. 2 down, 2 to go. Now technically, I believe, once you complete 2 islands, you can go straight to the end. The final boss fight, if you feel that you're well equipped enough. First things first, let's spend some money. We didn't get the bonus because we missed out on the one objective there. Let's see, toss some stuff behind us, passive shields on buildings. Don't have a science class mech, so we can't use some of those. Alright, I think it's going to be all about those, and we're going to sell off targeted strike so that we can afford 1 more reactor core. There we go. Let's take a look at Ruben. I'd love to give him more movement. I'd also love to give him a better fist. Although, at the same time, having buildings immune would be very good to have right now. So what we'll do, we'll divvy this up like this. We'll install building immunity. We'll install extra movement. And because we can't get to it yet, we'll continue to put reactors into Ruben's mech so that we can switch them around later, but we'll just give him extra smoke bomb range for now. Alright, done and done. In future games, you'll be able to visit unlocked islands in any order. Right, so if you get these all finished and you start a new run at it, you can do whatever order that you like. Now, I don't think we're quite equipped for the final mission yet, so we're going to do at least one more island. This ice-themed one. All robotic-themed. On behalf of Pinnacle, I welcome you. The climate on our island isn't ideal for humans, but the low temperatures are vital for machine life to thrive. Indeed. Okay, alright, this is looking good. So these three, and we'll get one more. Corporate reputation, that's fine. Break 5 buildings out of ice. Freeze and defend both robots. Defend robot factory, protect robot lab. Okay. Pretty simple stuff, pretty simple stuff. Let's start with the buildings one. So a lot of the time the enemy, they'll help you break some of these buildings out of ice because they're trying to get to the buildings themselves. These leapers, they've got webs as well, I believe. Now everybody here is being affected by the shell scion, which gives them the same weapon damage reduction effect that voice has right now. Ice can also be broken if you hit it for 2 damage, I believe, which will turn into water, which will allow us to drown enemies. Alright, these guys have a range of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so we really want to keep our guys back a bit. Now these guys fire acid, I believe. What are these guys called? Centipedes. So when their shot hits, it leaves a area of effect, environmental effect, acid effect, which makes anything that steps in it take double damage after that point, until it clears off the effect. Thankfully, leapers are pretty weak. So here's what I'm thinking we'll do. If we move him up here, he would, in most cases, acid his own guy. But actually, I think we don't even have to worry about it. We can just go 1, 2. Oh no, we are gonna get acided. Acidied. No, but we don't have to. See, I was gonna use the artillery mech to take out the leaper, but in this case, we may as well just use it to take out the centipede. And we'll let him break open one of those buildings for us. Okay, the purple ones tend to be the alpha versions of their standard class, which means more health and more damage. Okay, they're just gonna attack the buildings right now. That's fine by me. Okay, for one, he'll take care of him after he breaks open the building, which is ideal. So we will just chip away at some of these guys. So we want to be sure that we can finish them off whenever we feel is appropriate, once they're no longer useful to us. So that'll take our building break up to 4. At this point, we don't really need these guys. We can break buildings out of ice ourselves. We got lucky that we didn't get webbed by anything there. Okay, so we can go 1, 2, knock him out of the way. And then, oh, perfect. That lines up excellently. He'll break our last one out, then he'll get murked by his own guy. Can we make it? We can. Lock that last spawn. Alright. Let's watch it play out. Break that open for us. Take the shot. Block the incoming enemy. Now we can just bully this guy. I think we should be able to put everybody on him. Yep, that's what we'll do. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. This guy can go tell all his friends about what just happened. Flawless victory. Good job, Ruben. Good job, boys. Okay, so freeze and defend both robots. This one's fun because they give us these little freeze tanks here. We got to use them to disable these 2 robots and keep them frozen by the end of the game, or the end of the battle. But we can also use them to freeze regular enemies as well, which completely disables them. Which may be what we want to do. Just because it's such a good strategy. In fact, there's a whole team of ice-based mechs that you can unlock. They're a real fun one to use as well. They synergize pretty well with some of the pilots that you unlock later. Alright, what to do here? So this one is a cannon mech, it just shoots. This one is a laser bot, it zaps through everything in a path. That would be the ideal one to take offline first. We might not get the chance though. These guys only have 1 health, so we don't want to destroy them, we just want to disable them. So we might end up taking some building damage here, regrettably. Unless we can really finesse this somehow. Yeah, okay. Here's what I'm thinking. We drop bombs here. Moves him out of the way. Icebot comes over here. We use those smoke bombs finally to jump over these 2, drop smoke. That'll completely take offline their weapons. Problem is though, it's gonna leave that scarab still functional. I would love to get a shot on him, but we can only do that with Ruben, it seems. So instead, what I think we're gonna have to do... No. I think we'll just take the risk against the building. I think we can afford that risk at this point. Double jump there, attacks cancelled. Freeze tank comes out. Freeze. So we're just dealing with that 1 shot then. And we'll move the tank over here. If we had 1 more point of movement, we could have made it. Ah, darn it. Okay, Leaper's on the field. Not great. Just gonna try to bust out that drone. Which we might have to allow for. Okay, now, however, we can... Oh, but hold on. No, we don't even have to worry about it. We can just use a voice and the tank. And speaking of tanks, we can freeze this one up. And we can jump over him again. And we can just drop right on top of him there. Oh, that opens him up again, though. That's right. Alright, that's fine. We can still freeze him again next turn. We can use these ice as shields, basically. In fact, that's one of the strategies when you're using some of the ice-based mechs, is to basically freeze yourself as a shield sort of thing. Because it can take any amount of damage, as long as it's coming from one shot, one source. Okay, he's going to launch before him. He does 3 damage. That's pretty rad. But it will open that up, I believe. So we got to get this out of the way. I'm thinking we drop artillery on him. That'll push him to the side, so he can't be there. Otherwise, that'll be it for our freezer bot. And then we can pretty well just slide over here, weaken him up. Okay, we'll put you right here. Artillery away. Fire the freeze ray. And we can put voice back on spawn. Perfect. Now that's going to open him up once he gets knocked. But everything else, it's really the only thing active, so we freeze it, set it and forget it. That's it. Good job, everybody. All according to plan. Alright, 2 more. Defend Robot Factory and protect Robotics Lab. Oh, and that's right. I believe that these are going to spawn robots as well. And for a good 1 or 2 playthroughs, I couldn't understand why they kept attacking us, because these are not friendly bots that get spawned, even though they're the factories that we're trying to defend. Alright, what can we do here? Leapers move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so we really want to stay out of range of them. Oh, sweet. Another time pod. Okay. Darn it. Always trying to time the enemy actions here. Gonna do 3 damage against whatever it hits. That's pretty rough. Now, buildings are immune, so we could fire on this, knock him off, maybe use... Oh no, we can't use voice, but maybe we could use... Ruben here. To bounce him over here. Take out his own teammate instead. And that still leaves these 2. It's pretty rough here. Everybody's targeting the buildings that we have to take care of. Alright, we might have to leave the Scion for another turn then. Unfortunately, these are all clustered pretty close together. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna use artillery right here. It's gonna cancel the one attack. It's gonna offset the other one. And I think we're gonna have voice tank this attack. So that Ruben can pummel these guys. Alright, we're in the clear. So he'll take 2 points of damage because he's got that armored effect. Very helpful. Oh, great. More leapers, more strong leapers. Now these robots are coming online. Okay, at least they're not targeting us, though. Or our buildings, they're just targeting our mechs. Which we're thankful for. Would love to knock him into the path of that time pod. We should have picked that up earlier. Can we do it the other way? Can we knock him this way? No, and we got rid of that darn whatchamacallit, didn't we? The aerial strike from anywhere effect. Okay. We can still get this, though. If we jump Ruben onto here, negate his effect. Actually, we might be able to jump all the way over here, drop smoke in this entire line since we maxed out that effect. No, still wouldn't be good enough for this, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. So what I think we'll do is... we'll pop smoke over top of the leaper here. Pick up that time pod. Block this. We'll tank that for 3 damage. We'll still be fine for at least another turn. Ooh, we could really cut it close if we were feeling adventurous, couldn't we? Dare we risk it? Because what we could do is shoot this guy right into Ruben. He'd drop 1 point, he'd take 3 more after the hit, he'd be left with 1. But he'd still be functional. He'd still be mad functional. No, I think it's wiser just to work on taking out some of these enemies and denying new spawns. Here's what we're gonna do now. That's gonna do 3 damage, that's gonna do 2 damage. We'll move our artillery down here. Buildings are immune now, so that's gonna roast the one that hasn't come online yet. That's fine. Tank that hit. Get lasered. Get blocked. I believe if we were to punch this ice here, that he'd dive right into it. But we don't even have to do that, do we? Because we could just knock him over one, and he'd dive in on his own. Okay. And then we could use Ruben for more important tasks. Such as, if we hit, If we dropped it here, that would take out both of them. And Ruben can move up there, hit him for 2. Yeah, I think that's the play. 1, 2, they're both down. Excellent. That's gonna whiff. Voice, you're sending him for a swim. Ruben, punching him up here. Done. Excellent. This is all we've got left to do. These guys, they're strong, but the beetles, they're pretty strong. But they're easy to deal with because they only charge in a single axis. So as long as you can move out of the way or position them somehow, you're set. You want to drop bombs on us. Not happening. What do we got to do here? Oh, who gets, he gets to go first. How much damage does he do? Just 1 point of damage? Not great, not great. But he does prioritize, so let's have Ruben punch him around. That'll take care of that problem for us. You can move out of the way. And voice. Get some XP. Hey, level up. What did that give us? +1 mech move. Perfect. That's just what we need. Alright, we should be good because he's not going to take any real damage after that beetle goes off. Yeah, blurb. Get hit. Alright, beat it. Mission complete. And we got a time pod. Love a good time pod. Extra reactor core. Perfect, perfect. We're not even near the end of the island yet. Alright. I would love to give extra health to him. But I tell you what I'd really love to do. Let's put 2 more in here, take off 1 point of range, and give you that +2 damage. Excellent. Now you're doing 4 for every fist. Oh, this one's real easy then. We've even got shields to help us out, so we just gotta end with less than 4 mech damage. We can do that. Oh, we can do that all day. Don't love that these guys lob stuff in an arc. And we're kind of stranded on the other side here. Oh, that's right. These are freeze traps. Which is not great for us because now he's... That shell scion has basically got a shield around him. We got to break that out before we can even deal with him. Ah. Okay. We can get down here if we were so inclined. Yep, I think we're going to have to do that. Okay. We are going to have to let that take some damage. Oh no, but it's going to hit the one next to it too. Ah! Are we gonna have to risk it? I think we might have to. Because we want to bump that one over. Oh, it didn't even move it. Oh, come on. Alright, we're gonna reset the turn because we have not got the right idea here. Okay. A lot of balls in the air here. Thankfully, they're just targeting a guy we can move. That's no problem. And this guy's super weak. We can deal with him any way we want. But Ruben can't get over there, unfortunately. So I think all we can do this turn is step on that time pod. Voice is going to have to take a little bit of acid damage. Yeah, that's fine. We can leave him there. Ruben can stomp on a spawn. No way! Why didn't I think of that? I should have targeted here. We already used our reset. Nope, they've all still got that Scion ability. He's gonna do 3 damage to that? Oh, jeez. Alright, well, we're gonna have to live with that. Talk about an oversight. Alright, let's get this. Can move him out of the way. Is he covered in acid? He is not. We can disable him. Now I don't believe that collision damage gets mitigated. So if we punch here, we can take both of those guys out. That's a pretty solid play. Then we can use... this is good, this is good. We can use artillery to push these two to the side. He's gonna hit a shield, so that's no problem. Now the only question is, if we fire on here, no, it's not gonna be enough, so we don't want to make that move. We just want to fire at him from the side. Oh, we'll get a fire effect. Perfect. That's not bad. End the turn there. Getting a lot of threatening shots here. Okay, but Voice can take care of him on his own. He's fine. Ruben's gonna have to disable this guy. And we're gonna make use of that leaper. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna target the building this time, because of course it's not gonna take damage from us. It's gonna knock him into the path of the Scion. It's gonna open it up for us before he gets dinked by the spawn damage. Perfect, perfect. Open it up, like unwrapping a present. And we just gotta make it through this turn. Okay, we can do this. Because all we have to do is hit him for 2. Ruben punches for 4 now, which is incredible. And we're done, look at that. We've hit every objective. We can call it quits. Look at that, easy peasy. And that's it for this 3rd island. We get a cheeky little time pod. Let's crack it open. Okay, Bethany Jones. Mech starts every mission with a shield. That's awesome. So we're going to want to replace her in the artillery mech now that we have a 3rd pilot. And you know what? That reminds me. That looks a lot like our good friend Manayu. So why don't we rename that one there? Perfect. Now we are gonna have to... We got that extra mech HP from the last pilot, so we're gonna have to compensate for that with an actual reactor core. Now onto the corporate HQ. A beetle. That's not gonna be too terrible, I don't think. That's great. You get that shield to start. Incredible. You know what we can even do? Oh no, I was gonna say. Although this could still work. This could still work. He hits for 1. Okay, so we can pop him in place here. Take him out. We're going to use Ruben to reposition him. He'll get hit from behind. Oh, that'll actually take him right out. That's incredible. Okay, okay. And even better, we can pop you right here. Oh, no, we can't, can we? I was going to say we could use the artillery to knock this one over, but it would hit that one too. So instead, what we're going to do... we're just going to put you a little more central so that you're set up for the next turn. There, easy, done. Got that beetle destroyed on turn 1. Oh no, I forgot. It was gonna go all the way back there. So we're acided, but we didn't actually take any damage. Thanks to that shield. Whew! Talk about lucky. Look at all that fire. Alright, what are we dealing with here? He wants to fire. Oop. But he's not gonna get it off before this guy does. Tell you what I'd like to do. Here's what I'm thinking. It might cost us a bit, but we'll see how it goes. Ruben over here. Firing into our own guy. That's fine. He can tank it. Now Ruben's going to take 2 points of damage. Or sorry, Voice is going to take 2 points of damage. But here's what this is going to allow us to do. Get a solid punch. Well, you know what? That's not really threatening anything, so we don't have to have Voice tank any of those hits. We can just move him to the side here. And do a little bit of damage while we're at it. Oh, and he's actually going to attack his own guy. That's even better. Is that gonna... oh. No, I was going to say. So we're still going to take a look... oh no, but he does none because we got the armored effect. Man! Everything's coming up, Spaceman. Tank that. Take out your own guy. Block a spawn. Now we're into it. Now this is just getting easy. Too easy. No, we don't want to do that because we want to be here instead. So that we can hit him with a direct shot. Frees us up. Allows us to take this guy out, and this guy out. End turn. One more round to go. 3 enemies. Let's see what we got. It takes 2. We'll get 3 if we knock him into the fire. We can one-shot him. Or you know what? Here's what we'll do. Knock him into the fire. Redirect him. And Ruben, use that mighty fist. Whiff your shot. Wham bam, look at that. Another island done. And I think we're gonna get the bonus for this one, aren't we? Yes, indeed. Ooh. This guy's great. Henry Kwan, mech and move through enemy units. And +2 mech HP. That's pretty great. Yeah, don't love that. So, oh, but you know what? We're real short on power, so because we've already got 3 pretty good pilots, we'll just go with grid power for now. Let us keep focusing on corporate reputation. Speaking of which, let's spend some of that. We can get rid of our old pilot. So is there anything that we like here? Passive effect, mechs heal damage when they deal a killing blow. That's not bad. Heat converter, freeze the tile in front but light the tile behind. Only 1 use per battle. We don't like those typically. This one's not bad. Mechs use bonuses from Vex Scion. So we get whatever bonus they have. That's pretty good. Cryo launcher. Now this is one of the better ones. Freeze yourself and the target. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for that. It's one of the ones where it seems like, oh, what's the point of that? You're freezing yourself, aren't you? Taking yourself out of the fight, basically? But what you've got to do is you've got to use it when you're about to be attacked or something. Basically, you're taking an enemy right off the field, because they can't get out of that ice unless they get attacked by something. Plus that ice serves as a shield for yourself. So I think we'll give that to Manayu probably. Or maybe to Voice, let's see. Problem is it does take quite a bit of power to charge. Let's see. Oh, range class weapon only? Then yeah, definitely to Manayu. Give her 2 power. And we'll give the last bit of power to Ruben, I suppose. A little more range. Alright, let's speed through the last island and then we're on to the final fight. Detritus Disposal. Our island was once one of hundreds of Detritus disposal sites, then the Vec came, but with your arrival, Detritus has hope again. Let's hit it. Alright. What seems like the best plan here? 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm thinking. Kill at least 7 enemies. So, remember, and protect the old Earth bar. Oh, wow, these guys are tough. These are all alphas. And these guys, they put up rock obstacles, and then they attack everything adjacent to them. These look like teleporters. Those could be fun to use. These guys can move 3. You know what? I think we're going to get caught up by some of these. We may have to use our own tanks in order to bust Manayu out of the ice. Oh, but we're supposed to kill at least 7 enemies, so we cannot even disable them. And we can't really jump on top of spawn points either. We gotta make sure that we've killed 7 of these by the end of the game. Alright, alright. Thankfully we've got incredible punches. So we've got that going for us. He's not attacking, okay. Alright, so here's 1. Here comes 2. And yeah, we gotta get those scorpions off the field. They're just the worst. Alright, end turn. Okay, what are these guys called? Burrowers. So they're a bit of a pain, I will say. You can't push them around, and anytime they take even a smidge of damage, they burrow away until the next turn. Which can be nice, a lot of the time, but not when we're trying to get 7 kills. Not when we're trying to rack up kills here. Alright, can't move through there. Are we gonna have to punch our way through? Really gotta take care of him. How much damage does he do? 2? That's not so bad. we teleport him over here, he's going to target that one, which is not great. How many guys are on the field here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're going to have enough. We can afford to block off one spawn for a turn, I think. Or better yet, we could freeze somebody. That would be even grander. Options, options. But who do we want that one to be? Somebody in range that we can break out pretty easily. How about... Now what's the bonus here? This is... They all heal one at the start of their turn. Okay. So we basically get one shot, one opportunity. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Blast him. Push everybody around here. Okay, that clears that up. Then Ruben wastes this guy. Perfect. So there's still a burrower out there somewhere. We gotta remember that. There he is. Or no, that could be the new guy. Yeah, there's the old one. Where's he coming? Right up there. Okay, that's fine with me. So we do 2 damage plus 4 damage. We could easily take him out. Really got to deal with that guy, though. Or hold on, even better. Here's what we can do. We'll tank a little bit of damage from that, but that's fine. Allows us to move through. Beat this guy down. Mono you with a little bit of chip damage. That's fine. Moves him out of the way. Nothing's being threatened. All we gotta do is deal with 2 more dudes. And then we can start freezing people. Or disabling them. And is this the last round? It is, so we gotta get 2 kills this turn. It can be done. Yeah, it can definitely be done. Unfortunately, I think it's gonna take... Ooh. It's gonna take some risky business here. So Ruben alone can waste this guy. And then these 2 together can take out 1 more. But it's gonna put this, these 2 at risk. Because this guy's gonna do 3 damage. He could take them both out. But we gotta get all of these objectives. So we're gonna have to risk it. 1. Oh no, but we can't even get this guy, can we? Because as soon as he takes any points of damage, he scurries away. So instead, we gotta have these 2 focus down this guy. It's still doable. There we go. Got 7. Protected the bar. We're just gonna risk losing 1 defense. So in the end, that actually turned out better. Glad we noticed that. Okie doke. Ooh, that's a little tough. Destroy acid vats, protect power generator. So we gotta destroy these. They've got 2 health each. Man, these are some tough dudes. Alright, we'll use this as the axis, I think. Oh, and we got a pod. That makes it a little better. If nothing else, at least we'll get some bonus out of this. Alright, he wants to threaten us here. We can let him whiff that shot, if we're so inclined. But we can't allow this to keep going on. So we're gonna have to get Mana Yu to knock him out the way. Do we have the tone on that, though? It doesn't look like it. Uh-oh. Alright, first things first. Gotta take care of this. Got the pod. This guy's wasted. Ah, that's what we can do. We can park ourselves right here. Or no, I don't think we can. I was gonna say we could use Mana Yu to help position our own guys, but it doesn't look like that's gonna work. What's the range on this? Can we target something right next to us? No, it has to be at least an arc. At least a 1 square arc. Okay. We were off by 1 square. 1 square is all it would have taken. Okay, so in that case, the only thing that we can do is park her right here. And we're going to make use of that effect that we just bought. So first of all, we're gonna... Hold on. Can he actually... No, he can't reach the whole thing. We're gonna break one of those. Oh, but hey! Now we can do something. Mana Yu, you can drop him right into the acid there. Hey, look at that. Making plays. Alright, that should be fine. Everything else is safe. We're not going to get anything else spawning because we got that covered up. Okay, now we've got threats. Ooh, and he's pretty tough too. An alpha digger. I didn't even notice these were all alpha level critters. Okay, he wants to attack out there. We can deal with him. Alright, we may just take some damage here, unfortunately. We haven't got very much to spare, though, is the problem. So what we've got to do is take out this guy. Then here's what we have to do. Move Mana Yu over here so that she can hit this spot. Knock him back. He's going to attack his own dude. He'll be gone. Now, Voice can't get over there to take care of this fella. What he can do, though, is park right on here and take out that second acid vat. We'll actually kill him, which is great. Alright, but we're going to risk losing two power grids. Yep, okay. Power grid collapsing. Oh, I'm sure we can make it through this. We were doing so well. Oh yeah, okay, we've got this. This one's not so bad. Arc Mana Yu on here. Launch this guy into the acid. Knock this guy back. Completely wreck this guy. Done. Okay. One more turn and we only got to deal with two enemies. Not a problem. And that guy's just gonna run around digging. Yeah. Yeah, we got this one in the bag. Okay. Now your max level. Mana Yu's the one who still needs to rank up technically, so can we get some kills for her? We can, technically. Knock this guy back. Waste this guy, get him out of here. Then Mana, you can pick up this kill. Excellent. And that's it. That's another zone. A couple more of those, we'll be done the island. We'll be ready for the final boss fight. And let's check out what's in that time pod. Come on, more reactors. Excellent. And what's this? Rocket artillery, range class weapon. Ooh, fires a pushing artillery and creates smoke behind the shooter. That is pretty good. And it does 2 damage. That might even be better than that ice thing that we barely get a chance to use. And it doesn't take quite as much to power. But you know what? If we're gonna invest any more reactor cores into mana use stuff, then we may as well just power down the cryo launcher and put it all into damage. So now that'll do 3 damage per hit. That's pretty significant. That's even better than Voice's cannon. Alright, what do we got? 1, 2. This one, help us get some power back. And then this one here. Defend power plants and with less than 4 mech damage can do. We got this one, we got this one. Alright, let's hit it, team. Or you know what? Mana, you're going to be right over here just so you can zip up and down this way. Oh, another pod. We'd love to see it. Now we're getting all the good luck. We came real close to wiping earlier in the run. But now I think we got it right in the bag. I say that now, but who knows what could happen. Okay, Mana, you can completely destroy that on her own now. That's great. This guy takes 4. He's not attacking. He's going to attack a rock. So here's what we'll do. We'll just have Voice knock him out of the path. Waste this guy. With her missiles. Perfect. Best of the best. Have 3 pilots at max level simultaneously. Excellent. What did that give her? +1 mech move. Oh, so she's real speedy. She's got 5 movement now. Perfect. Oh, I can't forget. Gotta get him out of the way. End turn. Man, these are all alpha level. This is getting rough. Alright, what can we do here? Here's what we can do. We can park Voice on here. Yeah, that's the play. Let's get Mana to move first. Pick up that time pod. Drop it on here. You can take him right out. Bam. You can come down here, block another spawn, boost him out of the way. Done. Good job, Voice. You're gonna have no extra spawns this turn. We'll be able to wipe them up. Completely wasted. Okay, Ruben, heal up. That'll demo him at the cost of a shield. That's fine. We only got 1 turn left. We can take care of whatever comes out of those holes. Oh, look, one of them's a Scion even. Don't even have to worry about it. He doesn't do any real damage. He scurries away as soon as he gets hit. This is how we do it. Done. War's not over yet. Well, it's almost over. 1 more zone, I think. Alright, power grid's getting back up there. Time pod, what do we got? Oh, excellent. Reactor core. Silica. Okay, I've seen this guy before. Mech can act twice if it does not move. So we could take 2 shots if we were perfectly lined up. But it costs 2 power just to have him in the mech. So I don't think we're going to use him. I'm pretty happy with the team that we got right now. we got 1 point. So what we're going to do at this stage, we're going to take one out of here, install another one into Ruben, give him the dash ability. Just overpowered at this point. We're going to have almost everything maxed out, I think, by the end of this. Alright, disposal sites. Oh, another train one. Alright, another train one. Let's do it. Oh, this one's going to be tough, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. No, he might catch up to us. Let's see what happens. Okay, we can deal with him. Just gotta get out of the way here. So, Voice, you take care of him. Ruben, you take care of this guy. We can ignore this buddy. All we gotta do is deal with him. Easy shot for Manayu. Bam! Look at that. Okay, Ruben, waste this guy. Voice, knock him out of the way. Done. Okay. Let that train roll. Keep on rolling. Oh, just what we need. Scions. Wouldn't mind if they focus Voice down here. Oh, nope, but they're targeting the train. What's he got? He's got 5 health. Man. Okay, dokie. He wants to do 3 damage on a hit. Now who's got that? He's got the smoke. It'd be a pretty good idea to pop smoke at some point. So I think that's what we're gonna do here. Knock this guy out of the way. Ruben moves down here. Smokes him out. And then Manayu, you can scoot right over here and get that guy back in his hidey hole. Perfect. End a turn. One more of those. We can make it. Oh man, 2 burrowers now. Alright, gotta do something about that Firefly. He's firing right down the backside of it. Still pretty strong, so we're gonna have to offset him somehow. Who are you attacking? You're attacking the whole train, so we gotta get rid of you. Who are you attacking? Right here, so we gotta get rid of you. So we're gonna have to sacrifice the buildings, unfortunately. That is a rough spot to be in. But we need Manayu to be able to hit this to knock him off the... Oh, but hold on. Okay, so that could work. Move Voice here. If we move Ruben here. So what's going to happen is Ruben's going to knock this guy off track. Manayu's going to bump this guy over here. Voice is going to take him out, which means that by the time he fires, he won't have gone yet. He'll burrow away. We'll be set. We'll be golden. Alright, let's put this plan into action, fellas. You burrow away, you scurry away. There we go. Let's see it play out. Take the shot. Splat, get lost. Okay, trains are running. We keep the trains are running. Mission complete, and that should be it, right? Yep, last mini-boss, and then we're on to the final fight. Destroy the spider leader. Okay, so we've been lucky that we haven't run into any spiders yet this run, but they are the worst. They spawn mini spiders, and they can web you up. let's get started. Let's do this quick, shall we? Put all of our lessons into practice here. Look at that. Just spawning spiders all over the place. We absolutely hate it. We despise it. Alright, we can take him. Gotta destroy that spider leader. Can't have that, though. So we might have to risk this. Thankfully that'll take out... No, it'll just take out the rock. It won't take out that spider. Alright, here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna put voice into the acid. We'll take out that threat. We're gonna have Monayu. Do what? Blast everything here? Yeah, that's a pretty good shot right there. Takes out all those eggs. Let's do it. And we're just gonna have to risk that one spider getting a hit on our building, and we'll clean up everything on the next turn. Yeah, we took one. 1 damage. Okay, that's perfect. He's gone and acidified himself. So we might even, yeah, we can take him out with just 1 shot. Perfect, perfect. Now, Monayu's ability will do 3 damage. Should then allow us... Oh no, we still won't be in range. We can't risk taking 2 damage here. So instead, what we should do is try to knock this guy back into the acid. Delay a turn. Meanwhile, we can take out this fella. Good plan, good plan. That acid effect really is something. Double damage. It's risky for us too, though, since we've got 2 mechs that are coated in it right now. Uh-oh. Now that corporate tower only has 1 defense, I think. Yep. But if Monayu hits this guy, it will push him to the side, so that's good to know. Good to note. Then, oh, we can't get in range of both of these? Well, in that case, the play is probably to have Ruben punch. That'll get him to run away. And then Monayu can blast this, knock these guys out of the way. Run away. Okay, we can sit right here, finish him off. Okay, we just got spiders and whatever's gonna come out of that hole then. Oh, and the burrower. Forgot about him. Alright, not bad at all. We can handle this, no problem. In fact, Monayu can do this herself. Or maybe not. Yeah, may as well. Ruben takes that out. And voice. With the cannon. Finishing it off. End the turn. 1 little spider. disintegrates. That's a wrap. Another perfect island. Prospero, now he's cool. Any mech that he's in gets flying. Networked armor, all mechs gain 1 HP. No, I think we're gonna go for the grid power repair. We're going into a big fight now. We want to make sure we got everything we need. We're gonna sell off a lot of stuff, I think. Ooh. Finally getting access to some cool things, though. Full tank, rail cannon. Does more damage to targets that are further away. That would be great to have on our tank. I think we'll pick that up when we exchange all of this stuff. Or hold on, do we want to keep the rocket artillery? We want to get rid of silica. And we want to get rid of the cryo launcher. Which means we're going to have 2 points to spare. If we sold this, we could get 3. We could get 3. I don't think we need this now that Monayu's got that 3 damage artillery. So we're gonna get rid of this. Should we pick up that railgun though? That'll cost 3 to fully power. Damage from 0 to 2, so it only does 2 damage max. So no, we don't want to pick that up. We just want to get more power so that we can max out our tank here, I think. What else do we need in anything? 1 here for extra range. 3 here for max power. And that's it. We are fully equipped and ready for that final fight. So this is the Vec Hive, and this is a fight that comes in 2 parts. First we got the volcano fight. And let's try to make use of positioning. Yeah, you can move 5, so we'll put you right there. And what we're going to see is a bunch of environmental effects again. They're dropping in our power cones. So this guy, what is he called? Something weird. A blobber, that's it. So he drops bombs. Anything that's in here is going to get swallowed up by the volcano, the magma, so we don't even have to worry about that. Don't even have to worry about this guy, because we can push him right into it. So we'll do that. 1 down. Take care of this guy, blocking the spawn. And Monayu can... I was going to say, you could sit there. But we don't have enough range to knock him into the water. So you're actually going to go right here and just send him for a swim. There we go. So you notice that there's no extra objectives for this one. It's just survival. Watery Grave, drown 3 enemies in water in a single battle. So lava counting as water there. Racking up those chivos. Another instant kill. Environmental effect here. We're going to see rocks fall. Everyone dies. Okay, Monayu, waste this guy. Voice. Set that guy off course. And let's sit on top of one of these spawns. Okay, nobody's about to get crushed. And turn. I've had that happen before where I completely forget about these falling rocks. And lose a whole mech in 1 hit. Alright, 2 turns. Let's do this. So again, we can drop him right into the water. Excellent use of our environment. Alright, gotta punch him out. finish him off. Or do we want to use him to block? I think we use him to block. But not before. We'll give Monayu a shot here. Sit on it. Alright. Can't heal up there because we punched. And end turn. Get some more lava flowing. One more turn. This guy won't be hard to deal with. And whatever comes out of there... Oh, look at that. So this is a very special type of Scion that only spawns in the final fight. I believe it takes health away from us every turn. Scion Tyrant. All player units take 1 damage at the end of every turn. And we're definitely going to see another one of him in the next phase of this fight, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I would like to punch that guy with Ruben. I wish you could just swap positions. Unfortunately, you can't flip them around or anything, even if they're adjacent to one another. Oh, but... yeah, we can do this, though. We can... how do we get this? How do we get this? Trying to find tone where we can... oh, here's what we can do. We'll just take a little bit of fire damage, that's fine. We'll take a little bit of damage, that's fine. But we get rid of that tyrant. Still no great way to do this, is there? That's fine, he's just going to attack this way. We don't really even have to defeat him. He would do 1 damage against Voice there, so that's fine. He can tank it. Because the wonderful thing is that even between modes, like it doesn't matter what our health is right now, it's going to regenerate again when we go on to the next phase of the fight. Incoming seismic activity, brace yourselves. We're going in. And here it is, the final fight. The hive itself. So how are we going to deal with this? Sending down power pylons? We're going to need a lot more firepower, that's right. What do we got on hand? Deploying Renfield bombs, so that stuff we were protecting earlier, finally going to come in handy. Time to defend these bombs, we can do that. We're all about defending bombs here. Okay, so we're going to get instant kill drops. Let's try to reposition as much as we can. Okay, we can take him out, we can take him out, and we can use Monayu to reposition these two at the very least. You're done, you're done. Let's let those rocks fall. Let the rocks hit the floor. Good stuff, good stuff. And we just gotta stay alive. We can even let some of these pylons go, technically. Oh, there's another Scion. Alright, gotta remember to stay off of these spots. You're firing on there, you're trying to get to that. Alright, you're targeting us. As if... here's what we're going to do. We're just going to sidestep that. Waste him, because we don't need any of that business. No, thank you. On you, take a step back. Or actually take a step right over here, because that guy is no problem. We just need to waste him. And Ruben, take him out. Fine work, team. Let it all all play out. The ground gives way. That beetle should charge right into it. Splash. Did we see one of these before? What are these guys called? They lob some sort of stuff too. Crabs. Yeah, so they have an extended range on theirs. They can hit 2 spaces at the same time. Let's see, what can we do about this? These are going to be falling rocks. We could use that to our advantage. We can move this guy over. He'll go for a swim. He'll fire into absolutely nothing. And this guy is just wasted. Alright. Only one more turn. I don't think there's any possible way we could lose at this point. Unless whatever spawns does some mad damage to these pylons. Uh-oh. Okay. How much damage would he normally do? It's showing 0. 3 from this guy. And 3 from him. So, whatever one gets through, technically, Mana, you could tank it. If we had to abandon her there. She's just doing her job. Move you down here. How much damage do you do? 2. Or you know what? Even better, we can get Ruben over here. Oh, no, can't do that, can't do that. Oh, Haster Gold's rating with the party is 6. How are you doing, Haster? Thanks for tuning in tonight. You're just catching the tail end of our Into the Breach playthrough with our wonderful Space Cadets. Hello, hello, thanks for tuning in, everybody. First time chat, we got action in the chat. Greetings, says Ethereal Lexicon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You know, we had such a good time the other night playing Faster Than Light, the precursor game to Into the Breach, that we decided to revisit its successor series as well. We've got, who have we got in the pilot seat right now? We've got Ruben, of course, everybody knows Ruben, V713. We've got Disembodied Voice, and we've got everybody's favorite sea turtle, Manayu. And they're doing their best. We're on the final fight of the Vec Hive. The bomb's about to go off. We got 1 turn left, just trying to mitigate damage at this point. You got stuck on like level 2. So I've been playing this game for years now. I've got a lot of experience with it. A lot more experience than I had with FTL. So we actually wiped the first time we were playing through a little earlier, maybe on the first island. But this second playthrough has been a breeze, applying all the lessons we learned, all of the tactics that we remember from back in the day. If you're interested in this sort of content, Haster and his crew, then definitely give the channel a follow. We're doing arcadey type games like this all the time. It don't cost a dime, you'll always be up to date when Vector Spaceman goes live, and we're shooting to try and get 50 followers by the new year. So I hope we can count on some of you. We're looking for new ways to engage with our audience, new ways to improve the channel. It should really help us out. Alright, now what do we gotta do here? We're mitigating damage. Everybody's targeting Manayu. Ruben, you're doing super well. I think what I'm gonna have you do is just punch this Hornet back so that at the very least it's not targeting pylons. It might hit you, it might get picked up. Yeah, tentacles. I'm pretty sure they still target, what do you call them? Flying units. Oh, but you know what? Doesn't even matter, because you've got such incredible fists that you do 4 damage anyways. This guy's only going to do 1. You can tank that like a champion. Done. Disembodied Voice. Drops this guy into the lava. And then you know what? Mana, you can just move right out of the way. Just scooch. He'll just completely whiff his shot. And you know what? She can even help out Ruben. Look at that. End turn. That should be it, everybody. Here we go. Yep. Wasted shot. The bomb's ready. I recommend you leave now or you'll share a grave with the Vec. Let's get out of here, everybody. The war's not yet won. Keep traveling, keep fighting. Come on, Riftwalkers, we got another timeline to save. Farewell, Riftwalkers, I won't forget you. Everybody, you did so well tonight. Here comes the boom. Victory. Ooh, what a light show. Nuke indeed. Victory. Thanks to the valiant efforts of Ruben, Voice, and Monayu, the Vec Hive has been destroyed, saving this timeline from ultimate doom. Humanity can now begin to recover from the destruction wrought by the Vec. Island's civilian lives protected, 19,230. Total Earth lives saved, approximately 4.6 billion. Everybody, you should feel real good about yourselves. You did excellent work tonight. Press any key to continue. I love to press any key this time of year. A little credit action. Now here's what happens. So that's a complete playthrough. We did it, everybody. But of course, as soon as you're done with that, timeline saved, we get to select one pilot to continue the fight in our next timeline. And just because he's such a man of utility, I think we're going to take Ruben along with us. Definitely. +1 move, +3 grid defense. That's pretty good to start off a new playthrough with. So we're going to carry him into the next one. That's our fully kitted out time traveler. But of course, we've got all the stuff that we picked up through our last playthrough. So if we really wanted to, we could change which time traveler we start with. So any of these ones that we unlocked, there's even another row of super secret ones that we can unlock through other means in the game, through picking up special time pods. It's fantastic stuff. The game is so replayable. And here's the thing. So we made lots of, we got lots of achievements for playing through that. And achievements translate into coins. And coins can be used to buy new, what do you call them? Groups of mechs. So for example, if we really wanted to, we could pick up one of my personal favorites, the Flame Behemoths. Invincible to flames, these mechs aim to burn any threat to ashes. You've got a teleporting mech, you've got a flamethrower mech, you've got an artillery mech. And of course we still put our same time travelers into them. And then of course we've got a whole new loadout of mech options to play around with. And if we were even feeling creative, we could even make a custom squad based on all the stuff that we've unlocked so far. So it's a game of incredible potential, lots of replayability, which is why I've been playing it on and off for so many years since it came out now. I guess not too many years, it technically only came out in 2018, but I've been hooked the whole time, I tell you what. But good gracious me, we're just crossing the 3-hour threshold. I tell you what, Space Cadets, I think that's where we're going to call it tonight. And I know it's a little short-lived since Haster just got here with all of his friends. Thanks again for dropping in, for helping out the channel. But we set out to complete a full playthrough of Into the Breach, and we succeeded. And it didn't even take us more than 2 tries. Thankfully, we wiped very early on in our first run. Haster says, no, it's fine, happy to be here. Needed to share your sexy voice with the world. Oh no, is that what you're telling people about us? Haster has gotta be one of our top fans when it comes to talking about Vector Spaceman and his voice. And we're getting so many people who are coming into the chat lately and echoing the same responses, and it's starting to get to our heads, people. I don't know what we're gonna do about it. We're gonna have to find some way to leverage this. Aster says, yes, Vector's voice is Screaming Tyrannosaurus, or Screaming Velociraptor. Well, if that's what it takes to get people to tune in, you know what? I'm not opposed to it. So once again, thank you, everybody. I think we had a real good time tonight. I know I did. I hope everybody else who tuned in did as well. We'll probably return to play more Into the Breach in the future. Although it's not quite as pressing since we can get through it pretty easy compared to FTL. We've still never completed a full FTL run, so we might try to prioritize that before we come back to Into the Breach. At least with Into the Breach, we know that we can expect success by the end of the night. We're pretty versed in its gameplay. We're veterans, if you'd call us that. But that'll be for another night, everybody. Well, Space Cadets, I want to thank you all for tuning in today, wherever and whenever you are. You can join us again tomorrow. We're going to be on our weekend schedule. That's 2 p.m. Eastern, right here at Harbor Station. We'll catch you on the other side, everybody. Until then, of course, no matter what life throws your way, good luck and Godspeed. This is Vector Spaceman signing off. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. Have a great weekend.